ever subscribed to a paid newsletter, podcast, or webinar to learn more about growing your business? Well, if you have, you better be writing off those expenses. What is up, everybody? My name is Tyra and welcome back to Keeper Tax, your one-stop shop for all things 1099 taxes. Here on this channel, we create resources for freelancers, independent contractors, gig workers, or anyone else who files or should be filing business taxes. Welcome back to another episode in the 1099 Tax University series, where I give you the tax content you need to set yourself up for success as a gig worker. I am here to open you guys' eyes to the world of 1099 taxes, and today we're diving into work-related education expenses. An education expense is something you spend money on to advance your skills or keep up with your field. So let's get started. A lot of freelancers out there believe that in order to write something off as an educational expense, you have to get a piece of paper at the end, like a diploma or a certificate. But I'm here to tell you that is not true. So with that being said, what are the rules for writing off work-related educational expenses? According to the IRS, you can only write off something as an educational expense if it helps you maintain or improve your job skills, whether it's a class or a self-study program. It's definitely a write-off if it's required by law for you to keep working. Take, for example, me. Fun fact, I am a freelance pastry chef, and in order to work, I need to be ServSafe certified, which means I'm certified in food safety and I know all of the cleaning and safety protocols required to work in a commercial kitchen. Now, when I got certified the first time, it was free because I was in culinary school, but now when I get recertified, there is a fee involved. So since this is required for me to work, it is a tax write-off. Another requirement is it has to be related to your current business. Let's take, for example, a food delivery driver. They can't write off a class on investigative journalism, but a reporter can, because that is directly related to the current business they have. The IRS does not allow for deductions that help you meet the minimum requirements to offer services in a new field. Like a DoorDash driver wouldn't be able to write off driver's ed, and a software engineer can't write off their first coding course. It can only be for your current job. Now that we know the rules, what can we write off? When it comes to work-related education, all kinds of stuff is tax deductible. You can write off school tuition. If you're in school while you're freelancing, this could be a great write-off for you. But slow your roll. You've got to already be working in a field that's related to what you're studying. One of the biggest education write-offs I think people miss out on are self-paced courses that you can buy on websites like Teachable, Udemy, or Skillshare. Y'all, I absolutely love Skillshare. But you can also write off books or textbooks, supplies for your classes, license renewal fees, industry magazine subscriptions, webinars or podcast subscriptions, and even transportation fees directly related to your courses. So I have some examples for you guys, but before we get into them, if you have not already, make sure you check out the Keeper Tax app, an app made for freelancers that automatically categorizes your business expenses. It's super easy to get started, and you can click the link below or go to keepertax.com to get started right now. Now, back to the examples of education expenses that would totally count as write-offs. An improv class. In addition to being a pastry chef, I am actually an independent actor. And as an actor, I spend a lot of my time in class honing my skills. So if you are a freelancer or independent contractor who does a lot of public speaking and would like to either loosen up a bit or gain experience speaking in front of people, take an improv class or two and you can deduct that class or those classes from your tax bill. A news subscription. Y'all, I would have never thought about this one, but a news subscription can be a super effective way to stay up to date in your industry. If it helps you with client small talk and ensures that you sound professional and knowledgeable at meetings and conferences, it is a write-off. I look at it this way. There are a ton of magazine subscriptions for actors to stay up to date with all things entertainment and Hollywood, so why not utilize that resource and also be able to write it off? The next one is concerts and movie or show tickets. Concerts and movie or show tickets. Hear me out, y'all. Of course, as always, it has to be an ordinary and necessary expense. But let's say you're an actress like me, or you're a freelance music director or pianist. You can write off these expenses as long as they are reasonable. Here's an example. Susan is a music director and she gives voice lessons, and she might buy tickets to Hamilton on Broadway. This would be a write-off for her because it furthered her knowledge in her field and has a clear relation to her business. Now, on the flip side, there are some things that you just can't write off as educational expenses for a variety of reasons. Even if you are getting a degree at an institution, you can't write off things like room and board at a college, insurance, student health fees, and personal living expenses while you are in school or college. As you can see, you can't always claim your educational expenses as a business deduction. But there is another tax break that you might be able to claim if write-offs aren't an option for you, and it's called the Lifetime Learning Credit. This credit is for qualified tuition and related expenses paid for eligible students enrolled in an eligible educational institution. This credit can help pay for undergraduate, graduate, and professional degree courses, including courses to acquire new or improve job skills. There is no limit on the number of years you can claim the credit, and it's worth up to $2,000 per tax return. So in order for you to use this credit, you need an income of under $69,000 if you are single, or under $138,000 if you're married or filing jointly with your spouse. And really quickly before we get out of here, I want you guys to understand the difference between a write-off and a credit like the Lifetime Learning Credit. While deductions lower your total taxable income, credits lower your actual tax bill, dollar for dollar. In other words, a credit directly reduces the amount of taxes you owe. So if you owe $3,000 in taxes, but you qualify for the Lifetime Learning Credit for $2,000, then you would now owe the IRS $1,000. If you would like more easy to digest tax content, make sure you give this video a like, and if you are not already, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button down below, and make sure your notifications are on so you can get all of the alerts and stay up to date with all things 1099 taxes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I really hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!